Hello, ladies and gentlemen. JD Collectible here, and we are going to take a look at an incredible figure. That's the best I can say about it. We have the Series 128 Raul Mendoza. Raul Mendoza, he is a wrestler that honestly I do not know too much about, aside from the fact that he is a part of the Legado del Fantasma faction were in NXT. Him and his tag team partner, I think his name is Joaquin Wild, they lost a tag team match a few weeks ago in the two against the D'Angelo family. Now I don't really follow NXT 2.0 that much, well at least that storyline that much. But long story short, they lost that match and it was a Losers Leaves Town match. Then shortly after, backstage, both of them were with their manager. I think her name is Electra Lopez, and as they were exiting the arena, their former leader, Santos Escobar, came by and basically picked them up in his car and told them you pretty much it was a way to write the faction off, as they are more than likely heading to either Raw or SmackDown over in the next few weeks. So again, do not know much about him as a performer. I have not really been really paid attention to any of his matches, but I hear that he is pretty good in the ring. But again, this figure is just ridiculous. So I mean, this is I don't know a lot about him, but I know this is one of the most stacked basic series figures we had in quite some time. So let's just take a look at the box, and of course he has a three-piece suit, painted face. The max is really the drawing card of this figure. I mean, that max really just like, you do not see basic figures with accessories. Pretty much, it's rare you see them these days. I think back, probably a decade ago or a few years ago, you saw really with a lot of the more early basic series, you saw them come with different accessories, but this is really what you would expect from an elite. Then on the back of the box, we have the other figures in the series. Where we see his finishing moves: 450 splash, looks like Terminator. Then the other wrestlers in this series: Edge, Big E, Sasha Banks, and MVP. The MVP figure is another good one too. I saw that figure in the store yesterday, and I was close to picking that up as well. Something about the wrestlers in suits is that those are some of the best figures I've seen lately. So let's get into it and see what's cracking. All right, so out of the box, let's see what we're working with here. And very solid figure. I mean, and when you have a figure, figures with the suits, it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very sturdy. As you can see, you cannot take off this jacket, but it's very thick, very, and movable material too. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what to call it, but very, I guess, just good feel. And then you have the vest. Underneath you have the white collar dress shirt. We see the sleeves, the arms, and it's just a very good figure in the hands, and this just really sturdy. But also pretty soft though. So soft, sturdy material, which I really like. And then we see the shoes, the loafers, dress shoes, best way to call them. A very good looking figure, and he has the sugar skull. I think that's what it's called. The sugar. I think I did some research on it a few years ago, but the sugar skull face paint, which you see a lot in Hispanic culture, and it looks like we have a R in the middle of his forehead, which of course for his name Raw. And I believe, and of course, I like the half painting effect too. That's pretty cool. You can do all of it, but I like the kind of combination. And I'm sure this figure is based off of one of his, his stint in the NXT. So just a really cool figure. And like you said, I do not know a lot about the guy, but I saw this figure and I just was so drawn to it. Now the only, and this actually is a positive, but it's somewhat of a downside, is the mask. Now when I put the mask on, and I'm gonna maybe need to do it with my left hand. And the mask is such a cool touch, but I guess it's not really the best for wearing. I think they missed an opportunity with this because, and it fits on great, but you cannot see his eyes through the mask, which kind of takes away a lot of the presentation. But then again, maybe they didn't. Well, I can't say they didn't intend to, because you don't include a mask that you can put on if you don't intend it to, be a accurate representation of the wrestler. So really, they missed out. If his eyes were showing, I believe the mouth is kind of, well, no, maybe not the mouth, but yeah, the eyes not showing is really it takes a few points off of it, but not that much. And the mask is also interesting too, because it's in the style of, to me, when I see this mask, I think of the old school wrestling tag team, the Assassins. This looks exactly like an Assassin's mask. The only difference is that their masks were mostly gold, and then the trim was black, where the eyes and the mouth and nose areas were. But then again, that's a fairly minor thing. And then too, you can always, I think I saw a picture online where he had the max held in his hand, I believe. Don't know if we can exactly replicate that. Don't know if I'm going to try to do that, but in any case, this is still a great figure. Like I said, really good figure. One of the strongest basic figures I've seen in a while. And of course, if you've watched my channel or follow me on Instagram, you know that I am a huge fan of the basic line. And again, this just proves why. So, Series 128. Joaquin. Let me make sure. Just want to make sure I have the on the box. I want to make sure I'm calling it the correct. Yep, Series 128. Raul Mendoza figure, and hopefully we'll be seeing him and the rest of his faction, Legado del Fantasma, pretty soon on Raw or SmackDown. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give a like, comment, subscribe. Let me, drop a please drop a comment. I love interacting with you guys. Let me know what you like, even if you don't like something about it. I'm trying to improve these videos. So I think that's all I have for now, and just stay tuned for more content. Have a good rest of the day.